Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have an update for Throwback 30 Project Pan. This was created by Jessica in collaboration with the Fantastic Ladies on Facebook. I will have everything linked down below. But basically, Jessica wanted to create a project where you work on 30 different Fantastic Ladies projects, either currently going on or from the past, because we cannot all work on every single one of the projects that have been created. And this is just a way to get a little piece of 30 different projects that are voted on in the group. And this has been going on since July 28th of 2024, and it goes on into July of 2025. There are monthly updates on the 28th of every month, and I think that is all I need to say. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you do so before you leave. I have a lot of big panning goals for 2025, and I would love to have you on that journey with me. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into my numbers. If you saw my last video, it was the wrap up to my 2024 goals. I was barefaced just like I am today. I only have eyeshadow in my brows and a little bit of lipstick on, which I will tell you what I'm wearing later. But I have had a little issue going on under my right eye, and as you can see, if you saw my last video, it has gotten significantly better, which I'm so happy about. I have taken quite a few makeup free days, but I did wear makeup on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm filming this on the 26th, so today I'm back to makeup free, just to make sure it heals back up again. But I do have a little bit of moisturizing product on it right now, so that's why it's shiny. But I'm using this cream that I found in our medical stash. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called. It's this weird name, but I'll put it on the screen just in case this issue comes up for anyone else and they want to try this. I did get a ton of amazing suggestions and opinions on Instagram and on YouTube for my last video, so thank you so much. Obviously if this comes back after I stop using the cream, I'll have to change something in my lifestyle, and so I really appreciate all these suggestions that you guys have given me. But let's get into the project. I have quite a few rollouts. I did roll everything in the beginning, but I only work on, a few items within each update, so I'm not going to be talking about all 30 projects and prompts, but also I rolled out a lot in this project already, so the list is dwindling. The very first thing I want to talk about is a doozy, and it is for the project 50 Shades of Pink. That is just for a pink related item, and I rolled in a lipstick from Maybelline. Of course, it has pink packaging and the product is pink, but this is the shade 222 Flush Punch. This is my focus lipstick for 2024, and my goal is to finish this. I have basically been working on this since January 2024, even before I rolled it into this project. So I have used this 16 times since the last update. I had 52 uses last update, and now I have a total of 78 uses in this project alone from July. And I'll have line markings on the screen, but I finished this. So I have it all the way rolled up. That is the packaging. I did just stop using this when it became flush with the packaging, so I have a picture of that. And then just out of curiosity, I dug, what I could out of the bullet, and I think I'll just keep that around to use as a frankening product or continue to use it as a cream blush. But as for my inventory, I have one less lipstick in my numbers, which is amazing to end the year 2024. I had a goal to finish one lipstick this year, and this was the lipstick that I wanted to finish, and I did. So if you had already seen my 2024 goals wrap up video, you knew that I finished this, but it's just so exciting to actually share that in this project. So it's rolling out, obviously. Let's skip down to 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold, and of course that's something that has to do with yellow or gold. And I rolled in my blush from my Milani Rose Blush Trio. I'm trying to finish this as well, and I had 41 uses last update. This is what it was looking like. It had started to crumble after I had dry pressed it. I did talk about repressing it with alcohol after that, but I have not done that. So it's still a little crumbly, but all of the loose parts are kind of gone. But every time I use it, it crumbles. So, okay. So I have 51 uses now. I've used it 10 times, and here is what it's looking like. I really wanted to finish this by the end of the year, but it's just not going to happen, which is fine. I will have an easy blush empty in the beginning of 2025, which is going to be amazing as well, but I'll just keep on working on this. I typically just use this on its own, but I just rolled in a cool toned blush into a different project that I've kind of been mixing these with, wearing them at the same time, and I really enjoy that as well. So love this blush. It'll be bittersweet when this whole palette is empty, but it's going to be very exciting. So that one's staying in. The next prompt is Beauty A to Z, and I had the letter L. This is another thing that was kind of spoiled in my 2024 goals video, but I had rolled in my L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Scented Serum. I wanted to finish this as well, and I only had to use it 6 more times to finish it. So I have a total of 53 uses. Of course, some product has settled on the bottom, but this is where it's at now. I can't get anything out with the dropper, so the last few uses I've been using like a spatula and literally like just scooping it out from the bottom. There was like more product on the sides when I called it an empty, but now that it's been sitting upright, it's kind of settled again. So I definitely could use this one more time, I would say. But for the purposes of this project, I'm just going to call it an empty. I'm taking a break from makeup right now, so I mean, I already took my December empties photos, and this was in there. So this is an empty in my mind for sure, and I had 53 uses in this project. The next project was Budget Beauty, and that is just a drugstore or affordable item. I rolled in one of my favorite highlights from e.l.f. It's the e.l.f. Baked Highlight in the shade Moonlight Pearls. I wanted to get 30 uses out of this, and it's a baked product, so I didn't really feel like setting a super high goal on this. But stick around for 2025 because this will be a very big focus item for me because this is my oldest product in my collection. Last update, I had 17 uses and I was able to use this 13 more times to hit my 30 use goal. So this is what it's looking like. The dome is definitely flatter. I'm gonna have a goal to hit pan in this next year. This little spoiler. I have no idea how long that's going to take for this baked product. Yeah. Do you have any experience with this, hitting pan in it? How long did it take? I feel like it's going to take me all year long, but I love this highlighter, so I think I'll still enjoy it. But it's rolling out. I keep forgetting to say things like that. So the next project was I Heard the 90s, and I had replaced the item for this prompt, which was butterfly clips, and I think it was just last update I rolled in This Catrice Winnie the Pooh collab palette. Has Eeyore and Piglet on it. I think it's weird, but the name of this is on the back. It's not even on the front. But it is the Friends Lift Each Other Up palette. And I wanted to create 3 looks with this. As you guys might know, I did end my Pan Those Eyeshadows project in the beginning of December, so that freed up a lot of eyeshadow time in my everyday looks, and so I actually was able to complete my 3 looks with this just in 1 month. So I will have all of those looks on the screen. This is just a really nice cool tone neutral palette. The mattes are great, but the shimmers are very disappointing, which is fine. It's a drugstore palette, but there are a lot of other drugstore palettes that I like just fine. But I feel like these don't have like a ton of impact, but I am quite happy with the looks I was able to create with this. So yeah, I do enjoy this palette. I mostly just like looking at it. It's so stinking cute. But that is another goal met. More to come. More goals met to come. The next project was lip service, and that is just a lip product. I had rolled in a red lipstick from Give in the introduction, and I had not used it at all since, like, by the last update. I had not used it. I have a 10 use goal on this, and I've used it 3 times. So actually 4 times. I have this on my lips today just as a very super light, like a lip stain layer, and then I have more like a neutral lip on top of it, trying to neutralize it a little bit for this look, but it didn't really do anything. I feel like my lips look a little out of place with no makeup on, but that's fine. I got my 4th use. If you guys follow me, if you guys follow my deck of panning project that just had a finale, I had got the Joker card, which meant, you know, you had to pan something you really didn't want to pan. And so I had rolled in another red lipstick in that project, and I really wanted to meet my goals, you know, by the finale. It ended in December 20th, on December 20th. So I focused on that red lipstick instead of this one. And so I still have to use this 6 times. That's not going to be easy for me since the holiday season is over. But I mean, winter is still a great time for a red lip, especially if I can sheer it out like this. I think it'll be great. I did wear this full on, like on a night. I went to a Christmas cookie decorating night with my family, and I wore this like very opaque. So I will have a picture of that so you can see what it looks like. And I really do love this liquid lipstick. I know some people are not a fan of liquid lipsticks, but they are my jam. I guess not much anymore now that I have a baby and now that my lifestyle is a lot differently, way more laid back. But when I used to work full time, go to the office, my lips of choice was always a liquid lipstick because it stayed on all day. But I'm going to move on. That is not a go met, so we will keep on working on that for next update. The next project is Nightmare on Panning Street, and I chose the movie Jaws, which is for a water-themed item, and I rolled in my Alter Ego Coastal palette. There's water on the packaging. Of course, the name Coastal is like by the water, and some of the shades in here have like water-themed names, but I wanted to use this for 3 looks as well. And I was able to do that within this last month. Again, because my other projects, they're kind of thinning out at the end of the year, which is always nice. But for this palette, I decided to split it up into 3 sections. So I did these first 2 rows, I did a look, these 2 middle columns, I should say, I did a look, and then these last 2 columns, I did a look. So you will see those on the screen. I really enjoy this palette. I know some people don't enjoy the shimmer formulas in here, and there are some in here that I feel like are unnecessary. Like this one, obviously. This is like kind of like a glossy formula with balls of shimmer in it. Yeah, definitely not my favorite, but I really did enjoy all 3 looks that I created with this. So hopefully you liked the looks that I shared, but that palette is rolling out. The second to last prompt was for the project That's So 2000s, and I chose the prompt Frappuccino, something sweet. And I have rolled in my Sydney Grace cream highlighter. I have the shade Sugar Cookie, which of course is sweet, and my goal for this was to use it 30 times. Last update I had 9 uses, and I have used it 13 additional times, so I have 22 out of 30 uses. So it is staying in the project, but this is what it's looking like. I use the smallest amount of this every day. It's so icy, but it's also very pigmented, very opaque. So really just like one swipe gets both of my cheeks. So, I mean, you probably didn't see much of a difference, but I do have, how many use? 8 uses left. I'll for sure meet that by next update, no problem. Well, as long as this thing goes away, I guess. I can't say that until I can wear makeup more frequently. But the last project I was working on was tiny pans, and that was a Fantastic Ladies theme for Pan That Palette one year. Basically, you're just to work on a palette with tiny pans. So in the, I think I've talked about this in past updates, just the first update actually. So I haven't talked about this in a while, but it's my Revolution Animal Magic, or Forever Dynamic Animal Magic palette. This is a 8-pan palette, and I want to use every single one of these shades 10 times. This is what the palette is looking like. It's a very pastel, cool tone palette, and I have these like line markings here, so I'm just gonna go off. I had some uses on these in my first update, but I don't remember how many. So I'm just gonna tell you how many I've used within the whole project. So this shade here I've used 4 times. This shade, it's like a shimmery blue, I have used 3 times. This very pale blue I've used 5 times. And then this matte pink I've used 4 times. Hopefully you can see like my tally marks here. I mean, this is a little difficult. Okay, this is easy. So this shimmery pink I've used 3 times. These 2 mattes I've used 4 times, and this blue matte I've used 3 times. So I'm almost halfway with most of them. I have 4 shades that I've used 4 times, 1 shade I've used 5 times, and then 3 shades I've used 3 times. So I feel like I'm gonna hit pan in this shade, at least by the 10th use. There you go. You can see how it's very, very powdery. All of these mattes are super powdery when I use them. And these shimmers are like not impressive at all. You can barely see them. This is very much a companion palette for me, but I have used it a couple times, specifically just this palette for looks. So you will have seen some looks on the screen. I've only made a couple since the last update. So yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I think I will get most of my uses in that in like maybe January to March probably is my sweet spot for that palette, because it's very like pastel, so it's light, but it's kind of like frosty. It gives like winter transition to spring vibes for me. I don't know, but that's my update. I hope you enjoy. Again, if you're not subscribed, I hope you do so before you leave, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.